Hello folks, hope you're doing well. It's 10:30 in the morning, yes. Not at night. Yeah. Well, I've replied to a message that I got from that young lady again. Well, that's what it appears to be, that she's a young lady. I'm not going to judge the situation because you never know nowadays. No, you don't. You never know. No. Anyway, but she sent another message. Yeah. She said about in her area there are plenty of good churches. She said she spoke to her pastor and he thinks that I'm very confused. She then says, we know that church is going downhill and there hasn't been any sign of God for a long time. But we're just hoping that he would appear soon. Okay. This has got to be the first thing I speak about. Yeah, it breaks my heart to read that because there are people that acknowledge that there hasn't been any sign of God in the church for a long time. Now that, again, she started off by saying that there are good churches in her area. How? I'm not trying to judge these churches. They're where they are. But how on earth can it be considered as a good church? I can say it's a good community hall, but a good church? The whole point of church is you're supposed to go to church to meet with God. If there's been no sign of God, how can it be a good church? When there's no sign of God, it can't be a good church, can it? Yeah, it's terrible. It really is. And then when people say, but they're hoping, but they're hoping he would appear soon. Oh, God, he appeared. Father sent his son to die on the cross. He did his bit. What did he say on the cross? It is finished. What's finished? His part. It was over to us. It still is over to us. To a certain degree. To a certain degree, yeah. Yeah. It can only be to a certain degree because obviously, yeah. Now, I understand fully. It's not an easy situation to understand or to solve. It really isn't, because God, I spent 27 years trying to understand how to, what we weren't doing right or what we were doing that was wrong, so that we could sort it out and have God back in the church. And it just, no. I don't think it's his plan. It's the world's hope. It's the church's hope that there will be revival, but I don't think it's God's plan. Because, the harvest is huge. If the harvest is huge, then now will be the time. We just had COVID. We've just gone through one of the worst things the world has ever gone through, where the world was basically shut down. Never happened before. Massive thing. And yet, what has God done after that? What signs are there in the church that there's going to be this revival that people keep wanting? We are just hoping. She says we are just hoping that he will appear soon. Oh my God, that's awful. That is just terrible. I can't imagine being in a worse situation than that. That all you've got left is hope, and that hope isn't anything based on anything. We are just hoping means that all we have left is hope, not hope with any meaning necessarily, because really hope is based around something. It's like, when I was in that stand, I'd look at things and I'd say, well, hold it. God put that love in me for that woman, and God told me 8 months, and God did this and God did that. There was loads of reasons for hope. Now, was I wrong on most of those? Yeah. Yeah, but my understanding at the time was that there was loads of reasons for hope. It made sense. It made sense that, is God capable of this? Yes. Yeah, can God do this? Yes. And during this 8 months, I've been talking with God about this marriage, and He's been helping me to see things, that I never saw before. About that, about love and about marriage and about if you're doing things God's way, how you would do things. Father was helping me. So therefore, come on, it made sense because there was lots of reasons to hope. It wasn't simply that I was putting hope at my backside. Yeah, there were reasons there. Yeah. So, yeah, when there's hope but there's no reasons really for hope. Yeah, for most of that 27 years I was in that situation, but at least then I still had the dreams and I still had the vision. Yeah, I still had the knowledge that God had given me that, and God had said, certainly that's second dream, but now is not your time, which means at some point it will be. So there was a reason for hope. I mean, maybe they do have a reason for hope. But, I find all of that so incredibly tough. So incredibly tough. But yeah, I did reply to this person, and I said, first of all, you're not supposed to go to the pastor. Not straight away. You're only supposed to go to the pastor if God leads you to go to the pastor, because otherwise, what are you going to the pastor for? You're going to another human, someone who hasn't even really worked out their own salvation yet. Someone who knows you only based upon what you've actually given to that person about you. Do they know everything that's going on in you? No. Certainly you're asking them to comment on me. Do they know me at all? Nope. So why aren't you going to the Father? Why aren't you going to the one who actually knows you and me incredibly well? Yeah, that's the one we're supposed to go to. All the time. The one who understands. The one who can see the big picture. Because how much of the picture can we see? A tiny, tiny, teeny, weeny, teensy, wincy bit. Yeah. Anyway, yes. Yeah. But look, put it this way. As I say, with this person, she seems very nice. She does. She seems a very nice person. But I mean, basically, she was. Well, so I was thinking yesterday. She's in a similar situation to Saul. Someone's attacking her church, but she doesn't go all Saul. Basically, bringing the people to throw stones at me. She's not doing that, is she? So, her gentle attack was, throwing tiny stones at me. But gently, not throwing them even at me, just in my direction. Which is, really very, very sweet. But she seems like a lovely human being, and I wish her well. I certainly hope that God reveals it to her and to the people in her life soon. But again, you've got to look at it from the point of view. I mean, even like in the church I was in recently, they were talking about the point in the Bible where it talks about God will turn family member against family member. And they were basically saying, okay, what would that look like? Because none of them have ever experienced that. Why? Because none of them have ever been radical. Okay, where's the problem with not being radical? If you are a spirit-filled born-again Christian, you should be radical compared to the world that you're living in. Yeah, family members should be basically telling you to sod off. Because you're different, because you're not the person who you were before. The problem is, in most circumstances, people have given their lives to God and remained exactly the same as they were before. Years later. When family members barely notice any difference in them. Yeah. But that's, as I said, yeah, when you have a church that's more of the world than of God, then you get that, don't you? As I talked about, there's no accountability, there's none of that sort of stuff, you know, which is so bloody important. Yeah, if you're going to walk on the path, yeah, the Bible says that there's a wide path, that path is the one that leads to hell. But then there's a narrow, difficult path that leads to salvation. Now, of course, what path are we going to want to be on? The comfortable one. The one with people having a good time, right? Not the path which is difficult. You need accountability. To remain on that path, you need accountability. Or you need pain. For me, it was pain. Pain was the thing that basically kept me on that path. Or got me back on it, I don't know, either way. Kept me on it, I suppose, yeah. But it was pain. There was no accountability. I was holding myself accountable. And being quite tough on myself for years. But like now, I'm not, because Father's telling me it's not about any of that anymore. No. So, I mean, our understanding is certainly from a, I mean, I was never really churchy, but from a churchy point of view, my God, the understanding is so wrong. I'm not saying that in judgment. I've never been that, but I've never been that thanks to God, not really because of me. But yeah, as in the understanding, that they think that sin is so important. It isn't to Father. It really isn't. Yeah, like now, when I sin now, I repent and I ask forgiveness for my sins, and then basically Father says, what are you on about? What sins? I don't see any of that at all. That's covered. That's covered by the blood of Yeshua. I don't see that. What are you doing focusing on that? Focus on relationship with me, because when you focus on relationship with me, all of that's going to disappear anyway. Because if you understand that basically you have to turn away from God to sin, when you're in relationship with Father, why do you want to turn away from Him for? So the more you get in relationship with Him, the less you want to turn away, so the less you sin. It's like, oh. Yeah, church doesn't put it that way, does it? No. But that's the point, it's all about relationship. It always has been all about relationship. And I hope that people start to see that. I hope that starts to be revealed. Yeah. But you take care. God bless. I will speak to you soon. Yeah, I'll probably do another video later about something. What exactly? I don't know. I never do know. I don't. But as I say, I don't plan. I'm not like people that have been to Bible college. I don't prepare, practice, present and sell any messages. I just give whatever God is telling me to give, and hopefully how He wants me to. But you take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.